They did it! They did it! They actually did it! They actually did it. Okay, so you're probably asking who they are and what they did, because that excitement level you don't usually see from me. Well, back in 2000, Elgato, the makers of like the Stream Deck, the Keylight, video capture devices, and the Wave microphone series, the Wave 1, the Wave 3, they released the Wave 1. It was very awesome. It was innovative. It added a simple way to mix all your audio streams for broadcasting and recording videos and being able to mix them down into one or two separate tracks, but still have very finite control over all the audio inputs on your computer. Your microphone, your game sounds, music, voice chat, you could all mix them independently with the Wavelink software, which was amazing. It was awesome. It did a great job. The microphone itself is great. I've been using it for the Wave 3 for a while now. It has a Lewitt capsule, and if you know anything about microphones, Lewitt makes some pretty good capsules for microphones, just saying. But there was something lacking, and a lot of the community was really kind of vocal about this. Epos Vox, Harris Heller, a lot of people. I think even Nutty, maybe, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but don't quote me on that one. But I know Epos and Harris were very big on this, and I 100% agreed in that we needed VST support. If you don't know what VST is, on a very basic level, think of it as an audio filter. It lets you do things like adjust the EQ of of an audio track, or add in noise gates, a plethora of things of that nature. And Elgato's like, yeah, we'll do that. Well, it took them a little over a year, but it's finally here. And the implementation, I think, is spot on. And we are going to talk about that today and show you guys how to set it up. Go ahead and open up your Wave 3 software. Obviously, that's the first step. And if you don't have an update, go ahead and hit check for updates. You should have an update for it. I also had a firmware update for the microphone that I had to install as well. So after you've updated, you'll notice that all these channels now have this little icon on them. And this icon is where you add your VSTs and adjust them, and you can toggle them off like so. Like this probably sounds pretty bad right now. This is pure without any audio filters. But you can toggle them on for your monitoring. You can toggle them on and off for the actual stream output. And of course, you can adjust them however you want. You add them by clicking here. If you don't have a list here, you probably either don't have VSTs installed, which if that is the case, I will leave a link in the description to the Replug suite, which is probably one of the most common VST suites that you can get. It's perfectly free. I've used it for ages. Yeah, I'll leave a link to that down below. Or there's a handy little link there that says get more that should lead you in a direction. There are a lot of paid and free VST plugins out there, so it just completely depends on what you're looking for and what you want to accomplish as to what plugins you get and what plugins you use. It's a preference thing. But if you don't see them, if you don't see anything here and you know you have your VSTs installed, go ahead and click on the gear icon again. Go under audio effects, and you probably either have to set these folders manually or scan for plugin folders, which is what I did. And it picked up my VST3 plugins, which is right there, and it populated the list. So that's awesome. Now, they also added a separate audio channel for microphone effects. It doesn't show up here in the Wavelink software, but in OBS, Discord, you name it, there is now a new channel for it. Right now, I'm actually mixing down to the stream. Let me go ahead and pull over OBS so you can see what's going on here. So right now, I'm actually mixing down into the stream audio because there's a reason for it. Note how I was able to toggle these on and off, right? And that doesn't work when you're using the new channel. So this mic aux right here is set to that channel. Now you're hearing me in audio. Let's go ahead and mute the stream audio, and I will toggle these off. And honestly, there shouldn't be a difference. When I tested a little while ago, I did a couple recordings just to see how that was going to function. Turning these on and off while using that channel didn't do a darn thing. The VSTs were active. And just to show you what this channel looks like, we go to properties. It says Wavelink Microphone Effects, Elgato Wave 3. So it works. Your VSTs will go through And, you know, depending on how you have it set up, this is the way I'm going to be using, because I still like recording my microphone to a completely separate track from all the other all the other audio. I mix down the other audio and adjust it accordingly. So, you know, I usually have the stream output over here muted, so it doesn't come through the channel I have set up for my main audio output. And I know I'm horrible. I should name these, and I don't, but I know what they are. So that's the most important part there. But yeah, so the VST support is finally in, and I think it's awesome. I had a workaround that I have been using for, well, since I've had the Wave 3, that I feel like I should have made a video on at the time, but now there's absolutely no point, which is also amazing. Thank you, Elgato, for adding this finally. You've just made, you know, a lot of streamers and content creators super happy with this, I am sure. One thing I would like to see is when using that Elgato mic effects channel, I would like to see these toggles affect that. For those of you who are curious, right now, I will show you the plugins I am using. And obviously, obviously you can tell the difference. Let me go ahead and switch the audio tracks again so you can actually hear the difference. So yeah, this is with the VSTs off, and I'm toggling this so I can hear exactly what you guys are hearing too. And I'm not doing any audio editing in post to this. This is going to be straight raw cut so you guys can, you know, hear the difference. This is the microphone without any VST plugins, any filters. This is its raw sound. And again, this is with the ones I'm using. I'm using a noise gate called Regate. I'm using Re-EQ to add just a little bit of EQ to my voice. And Recomp, which is a compressor, just to kind of normalize things out. I mean, the compressor technically is kind of optional with this microphone because it does have a clip guard built in, so you can't really explode the microphone. But I still use it because it's something I prefer having a little bit more control on, because the built-in clip guard, you don't have a whole lot of control over it. And I prefer as much control over my audio as I can actually get. But yeah, so yeah, guys, this is awesome. And to configure these, you know, you just add them, and then you can go blip, click the little gear icon, set it. One thing to note when you're setting these, if you accidentally unplug your microphone, this is something else Elgato, I feel like you should maybe do a little tinkering with. If you accidentally unplug your microphone, or you say the USB cables came a little bit loose or jangly over your age of using it, you have to go back through and completely reset your plugins. It just wipes their settings clean, and you have to start over from scratch, which at the end of the day is not a big deal if you're aware of it. But I feel like there should be some persistence, because like when I use audio plugins in here, so like let's go ahead and pull up my filters. You know, I've got my compressor, I've got my another compressor. This is the built-in one that came with OBS. This is the Regate. I mean, all these are disabled right now, so you know, the EQ and then a noise gate, which I don't need to use because I can just plug it in through the microphone. The other nice thing is this makes your sound very consistent across everything. So your Discord, Gilded, TeamSpeak, whatever, OBS, any Zoom, everything will sound uniform, will sound the same, as long as you're using the correct audio channels through your Wavelength software and, you know, whatever software you're using. So it adds consistency, which I really like, because my previous way of doing this is, hold on, let me pull up my little thing here. It's very convoluted, but it worked. It worked for me quite well. So I have an NVIDIA broadcast. I had the microphone, the Wavelength mic in microphone, or just mic in, set into NVIDIA broadcast. And then I used it kind of like as a go-between, because then I could add in filters through another application. Is pointless to name now because you no longer need it. And it would make my audio consistent between everything, because I'm running the same VST filters, the same settings, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, this is an amazing update, Elgato. I think you did a great job. Just a couple of things to tweak, and you'll be muy bueno. It'll be so good. It'll be so amazing. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this super short video. I just wanted to throw this out here because I was super excited. I think this is freaking awesome that they finally did this. And yeah, it's a Merry Christmas from Elgato. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. There's buttons down there to subscribe for content. You can leave comments. Tell me what you think about this update. And until next time, I will see you all later. Bye.